I worked 45 hours at my job in 3 days, right? And it wasn't the amount of hours that got the job done though. So I've been at my job for about 9 months now. I started in November of last year, and today is August 15th, 2026 currently, right? So, you know, and as I was at the job around the hour 30 mark of me, being there, I was like, yo, what am I really doing this for? And then it hit me. If you can cry, you have a why, right? Now, what does that mean? If the feeling of your why power is greater than the why itself, that will push you a lot further than you think, right? So, what is why power? Why power is your reasoning for doing literally anything. So, this one time when there was this girl on my street that I had liked, she was like, you can't dress. Is that the third, right? So me being a child, I was like, okay, oh, okay, well now I have to like, dress fly now, right? I never did get the girl, but that was my reasoning, right? So so what was my reasoning for working 45 hours in 3 days? Okay, cool. So basically my car needs a bunch of repairs to pass inspection. My inspection is up at the end of this month, right? So the biggest thing that I need is is a resignator, right? And my job was like, hey, like we're offering this. So I took it because I needed the money. That was the whole why power. I needed the money so that I could legally drive my car, right? So, you know, that's kind of like what it did, and it did take me. It did keep me. Amen. It did, right? So, that's the reason why. Now, what did I have to sacrifice to do this? You might be wondering. Sleep. Sleep is necessary. I remember I used to treat sleep like it was a joke. When I was a kid, and even up until and even up until a few years ago, I used to really never sleep at night. I used to just stay up and just waste sleep and all of that. Nobody. When you work 15-hour days, you can't waste sleep. See, my biggest flaw or almost downfall was I thought that sleep, I thought that I believed that I could just do that again. Just go to bed for like 2 hours and just wake up. Do you know that I would wake up dizzy every day? Like I woke up dizzy, like the whole room spinning and like all of it. I'm like, oh, right? That's how I woke up. And we all know that person that works those long hours and that needs to go to bed, right? That was me. So sleep is very important. Sleep. And how my sleep kind of like not hurt me, but how it kind of hindered me was the fact that I still had to do a routine, right? So me being me, I did it and I did not sleep well or long those like 3 days. So hey bro, whatever, right? But yeah, sleep is very important. Now, the third thing, and one of the things that actually scared me the most was I do not remember anything from those 3 days. I don't. I don't remember anything. Bro, everything felt like it was just one giant day just crammed together. Like literally, like I even told like one of my friends at the job, I was just like, yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, what day is it? And he was like, well, it's Thursday. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because I didn't know, I genuinely did not know what day it was. And at certain points, my body would just take over. Like I would like black out. Like you ever like had an experience where like your body just blacked out on you and it just like took over. Like this happened to me. Like this is a real story. Don't judge me, but this is what happened to me, right? So I was running off of like no sleep and I was driving and Luckily, there was like nobody on the road, but I was kind of like driving, and I remember I kind of blacked out for like I thought it was for a second, and when I came back to, I was at home, right? So I'm like, I was super nervous. I'm like, how did I even get here? That's what happened to me at work. Like I would go in and out like a bad Wi-Fi signal, bro. I'm like, right, whole time. So I'm just like, yo, that's crazy, right? So again, it goes back to like the whole sleep thing. Just get rest and all of that, right? Now here's the thing, right? The biggest lesson that I learned is that deadline, a deadline builds character. The deadline is your main line, gang. Oh, okay. Now, what does that mean? Okay. Now listen, we've all had deadlines before. Let's not pretend like that we haven't. Okay. Now, we all went to high school. Most of us did, right? And you remember having those papers that were due at midnight and everything like that, right? And you wouldn't do it during the actual deadline. So then you would do it like 2 hours before the deadline, and you would put your little glasses on, and you would sit there typing, like trying to get to those joints, right? Oh, that wasn't y'all. That was just me. Oh, my bad. Well, anyways, yes, when I was in high school, I used to actually kind of like, what I'm saying, do that. And it built character. Okay. Now was it lazy? Yes, but it built character. I became stronger. I became a faster thinker. All of that because of that one thing. And now by me having this deadline right now, yes, I did have the whole month, right? But I knew that if I squandered this opportunity, I would not meet the deadline in time. So I had to do what I had to do. I put my big boy shoes on, put the big boy pants on all the way, and I got to work, right? And that deadline taught me that again, right? It just reinforced the first main thing that I basically said was, if you can cry, you have a why, right? First thing. So, and that's pretty much what I went through. That's what actually cost it. That's what the real payoff was for me. Like, it was not the amount of hours, but it was like the why power. It was the lack of sleep. Um, it was the me not remembering anything and going on, autopilot. And it was me having this, actual deadline, right? So here's the actual thing. If I could do things differently, right? This is what I would basically do. So, first and foremost, if you have a routine of any kind, cut it, right? Cut it. Don't do your routine. If you're going to work 15 hours, 16 hours, F that routine, bro. Listen, I understand that when we have our routines and things, that some people feel like you should be a professional, not a amateur, and this and the third, right? Okay, that's fine and dandy when you have sleep, right? But when you don't have sleep, bro, man, cut that routine out, gang. Cut it out, right? The second thing is, like, work proficiently. Don't worry so much about the deadline. Just keep working your job. What I would say is also, don't spend a lot of money. If you know that you have a really like big purchase to like buy throughout your deadline or whatever, right? Like how I had, don't spend no money. Budget your money accordingly, because once you do that, you're going to be fine, right? And the last lesson is, well, just be safe. Really, that's like the right. That's kind of corny, whatever. But anyways, that's very true. Be safe. Um, if you feel like you are kind of like, blacking out, stop and tell somebody, right? Me, I was stubborn. So don't be like me, right? Now, the thing is, and I ain't gonna lie, would I do these things? Would I do things differently? No. No, because you know what? I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it all again next week anyway. So whatever, right? So so with that being said, if you got any value out of this video, or if you like to hear a very hyper stuttering guy talk, by all means subscribe, right? By all means, right? And I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.